adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. Starring that jet-A aerial ace, Rocket J. Squirrel. And his pal, Bullwinkle the Moose.
Hi, glad to see you again.
Likewise.
We got some great things on the show today.
Like what? Like what?
Well, you ought to know, Bullwinkle. You're in some of them.
Well, let's get started.
Story last time, things were in terrible shape. Some of the nation's smartest geniuses were turning into complete idiots.
Professor, the public would like to know, what is your theory of ion imbalance in solid-state particles?
Don't bother me now. I'm watching the reruns of Pete and Gladys.
But, Professor, that's the commercial that's on now.
Yes, I know. That's the part I like best.
Within a period of weeks, America's intelligence level sank 14 points, the lowest level since 3 itty fishes. In Washington, there was near panic.
Dr. Flegel, we must have a meeting of the nation's remaining eggheads. Will you attend and act as chairman?
I can't.
Why not?
Mama won't let me cross the street.
In desperation, the government sent for Bullwinkle J. Moose.
And his pal, Rocky.
Oh, yes, of course. Meanwhile, a few miles behind them...
Boris, darling, they got away.
I think maybe I've been working too hard, Natasha. I need a vacation.
What was that?
What was what? What was that?
I heard you bad enough.
Boris, that voice, where is it coming from?
My two-way wrist television?
A two-way wrist television.
I'll show that dick, Tracy.
Amazing.
Not so amazing. Everybody has one.
A two-way television?
A two-way wrist.
So, you want a vacation, eh, bad enough?
Boris, that is the voice of fearless leader.
You were expecting maybe Ellen Font?
I may be able to arrange a permanent vacation for you, bad enough.
Just kidding, fearless leader, old body boy, baby doll. You know me.
Unfortunately, yes.
Ha ha, that's funny. Funny.
It wasn't supposed to be.
Oh.
Now that you have failed on your own, you will put into effect Plan X.
Plan X? Oh, no. No.
It's an order.
Plan X it is.
Signing off. Auf Wiedersehen.
You said it. You know, Natasha, fearless leader is a lying, cheating, double-crossing, vicious, no-good killer. But someday he'll go too far.
Meanwhile, as our heroes paused briefly at McKeesport, PA, a mysterious airplane flew above their train, then suddenly plunged directly at their railroad car.
Bullwinkle, that plane! It's gonna hit us!
Just because we took the train?
But at that moment, the plane dropped a large cylindrical object and zoomed upward.
Land the links, now what?
That must be a bomb. This is the end, Bullwinkle.
According to my watch, we still got 1 minute and 5 seconds.
And so it seemed, for a parachute suddenly popped up from the object, and as it floated down, our heroes heard a familiar voice.
Avast and belay, piped the quartermaster and left the dinghy.
Bullwinkle, that's Captain Peach Fuzz.
He sure looks different.
No, he's inside that escape pod.
And it was true. Outstep, backwards, of course, Captain Peter Wrong Way Peach Fuzz.
Rocky, Bullwinkle, where are you?
Right behind you, Captain.
Oh, don't ever sneak up on me like that.
How come this sudden visit, Captain?
Yeah, and why the pod?
Too many starches, I guess. Oh, the pod! Well, I just had to see you.
About what?
Well, it's all in this memo.
What memo?
Oh, wouldn't you know it? I must have left the memo with the pilot.
Oh, boy.
No, that can't be. I was the pilot.
You were?
Yes. I wonder what happened to the plane after I bailed out.
Hey, I think I know.
What?
It travels in a big loop.
Yeah?
And right now, it's coming down on our head.
Yes, sir. There it comes now. No, and oh, good heavens. Well, don't miss our next episode, 3 to go, or crash on delivery.
It was many years ago that Snow White was married to Prince Charming.
Well, Snow Baby, how does it feel to be Mrs. Prince Charming?
Oh, wonderful. At least it beats living with those 7 dwarfs. Let's see, there was Scratchy, Itchy, Sleazy, Dirty.
Never mind, dear. I know their names.
The happy couple honeymooned in Atlantic City and then returned to set about the task of living happily ever after, just as the book said. What the book did not say, however, was that they soon had a fine son.
I shall name him Joe.
Joe White. Say, that's got a nice ring to it. Have a cigar, dear.
The years went by and Joe White grew into a fine, very handsome lad. Then the time came for him to go off into the world to seek his fortune.
Farewell, Mother. I'll write as soon as I learn.
And Joe White was on his way. Another thing that the book did not say was that the Wicked Queen also had a son that he grew up to be just like his mother.
Boy, am I good looking. I am handsome. Is that not true, Mother?
Oh, well, don't bother me, Virgil. Go ask the magic mirror, as I used to do.
And Virgil did.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the handsomest lad of all?
Virgil, that's his name. Ask me again and I'll tell you the same.
You'd better.
It had been some months since Joe White had gone out to seek his fortune, and things had not gone too well for the boy. He was tired and hungry. Now, some say that it was fate that brought him to the castle of the Wicked Queen, but actually, it was the sweet aroma of NBC peacock pie coming from the kitchen. That was when the trouble started, for upstairs...
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the handsomest lad of all?
And for the first time, the mirror answered...
You are handsome, it's very true, but young Joe White's much better than you.
Who?
Joe White, he's down in the kitchen.
Well, I'll just see about this.
And Virgil came face to face with Joe White.
It's true. You are better looking than me.
Yeah, I guess I am at that.
Virgil was furious.
Take Joe White into the forest and doom him.
Several hours later, however, Joe White was not doomed. He was soaking wet and walking through the woods when he chanced to meet one of the 7 dwarfs.
How'd you get so wet, boy?
The very nice captain of the guards took me out to the middle of the lake and then let me swim to shore.
Middle of the lake? Say, wasn't that a pretty hard swim for a young feller like you?
Oh, he wasn't so tough once I got out of that sack with the weights in it.
Meanwhile...
Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me now who's best of all.
Boss, I cannot tell a lie. Young Joe White is still the guy.
But he can't be. He's been doomed.
But the mirror assured him that Joe White was very much alive and at that very moment was living in the forest with the 7 dwarfs. Furious, Virgil ran to the Wicked Queen.
Mother, can I have a poison apple?
Now, son, you know I don't like your eating between meals.
But it's not for me. It's for Joe White.
Oh, well, in that case, they're in the icebox. Help yourself.
Early the next morning...
You be careful of strangers while we're gone, boy. Remember what happened to your mother?
Don't worry, I will, Dirty.
I'm Sleazy. That's Dirty over there.
And with that, the dwarfs went off through the forest singing their happy song. The dwarfs had only been gone a short while when...
Yes!
Greetings. I have a nice shiny apple for you.
Are you kidding? I'm not stupid enough to eat that thing.
Who says I'm going to let you eat it?
That afternoon, the 7 dwarfs returned singing their happy song. And found poor Joe White lying just as the wicked Virgil had left him.
It's Joe, and he's out cold.
And here's an apple. It happened again.
Sadly, the dwarfs took the boy to a soft glade in the forest where they put him down on a bed of flowers. There he slept for 2 years until one day a beautiful princess riding a white horse came into the forest.
Is this where the handsome Joe White sleeps?
Oh, we thought you'd never get here. There he is.
The princess went to the lad and softly kissed him on the cheek, whereupon Joe White's eyes opened.
What are you doing here? Go away, you're going to ruin everything.
Here now, that's no way to talk to a princess that you're going to live happily ever after with.
Don't be silly. This is Flo White.
Flo White? You mean?
Yeah, she's my sister.
Mother sent me to bring you home. She's afraid you'll catch your dad a cold sleeping out in the woods like this.
Riding double, the two rode off on the white horse. Many years have passed since then, and never did the 7 dwarfs see the wicked Virgil or Joe and Flo White again. But they didn't mind, for they knew, just as we do, that the whole thing was just a fairy tale anyway.
Our lecture today is entitled How to Own a Hi-Fi on a Low Income and IQ. First, you should choose a hi-fi cabinet to match your furniture. Early American, French provincial, or, like my own furniture, early junkyard. Next, we have a few of our components. This is the amplifier, which amplifies the sound. Here is the preamplifier, which, of course, amplifies the pre. And the turntable, which turns the tables. Over here, we see the speakers, known to all of us hi-fi-matics as the tweeter and the woofer. Special care must be taken to feed the woofer lest he eat the tweeter. The next step is to plug it in. And the next step is to call the electrician. The hi-fi gives us lovely music, but did you know that you can tell time with it, too?
Shutting that thing off is 2 a.m.
Thank you. Now I'd like to play some tapes for you. Must have put some Scotch tape on by mistake. But here's my real favorite. Sing along with Lawrence Elk. A-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I bring my favorite tape, Bullwinkle.
Be my guest. Put it on.
Is adhesive tape.
Well, thank you, Mr. Know-it-all.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Canadian Mounties had not had a visitor for some time, and Inspector Fenwick was rather lonesome. And then a letter came announcing...
The arrival of my nephew Melvin, a cute 8.5-year-old. They say he's a spitting image of me. Do right, I want you to take care of the youngster. He's due to arrive on the 12:02.
But, Inspector, aren't there more important things for me to do than play nursemaid to some whining kid?
Attention, do right. You must remember that my nephew is a Fenwick. Fenwicks do not whine. And if I ever so much as hear you use that expression again, I'm going to drum you out of the force.
Yes, sir, Inspector Fenwick.
Homer, I have finally decided that the only way to beat the Mounties is to bore from within. By that I mean we will have to plant someone within the RCMP camp who will, with the nerves of steel and keen perseverance, do away with Inspector Fenwick.
But Snidely, they'll recognize me.
No, Homer, I wasn't thinking of you. The man I have in mind is Nasty Noogle.
Oh, no, Snidely, not Nasty Noogle.
Yes, Homer, things have gone too far. It's time for Nasty Noogle. We've got to get him into the Mounties. There's only one problem. Nasty Noogle is only 3 feet tall, and you know the requirements of the Mounties.
Eyes are blue. Heart, that's true. Snidely, Noogle's nasty.
Of course, he's nasty, but that won't keep him from getting into the Mounties. It's his height. They won't accept anyone under 5 feet 10 inches tall. But I'll think of something. Anyway, Noogle's due on the 12:02. Oh, the jig's up. Dudley's here. If he sees Noogle, he'll catch on to the whole thing.
Melvin, I am Dudley Do-Right, come to take you to camp. What's the matter? Oh, you don't have a balloon. Well, here.
What do you make of that, Homer?
Here he is, Inspector, your little nephew, Melvin.
This is my nephew? This is my nephew. My wife's side of the family. Well, how's my little man?
I didn't do nothing.
Dudley, you know the regulations. The smoking lamp is out.
It's those bad habits he's picked up in the East, Inspector. Here, Melvin, give me the nasty old cigar.
Meanwhile, Inspector Fenwick's nephew continued to wait for someone to meet him and take him to the RCMP camp.
Now, Melvin, you know you have to eat your spinach to grow up to be a big man like Dudley.
I've eaten so much spinach, if you sprinkled me with water, I'd rust.
Precocious little rascal, aren't you? Uh-oh, time for a Betty Bye, 7:30.
Betty Bye? Oh, you're gonna get yours.
Back in bed, you naughty boy.
Meanwhile, Inspector Fenwick's nephew continued to wait for someone to meet him and take him to the RCMP camp.
Oh, a ball. You want to play catch? Here, throw it to me. Boy, what an arm that lad has. Oh, you want to play cops and robbers. Bang, bang, bang. I got you.
No, you didn't.
Now, Dudley, you see, it isn't so bad taking care of little Melvin, is it? I wouldn't let him play with axes, though.
Meanwhile, Inspector Fenwick's nephew continued to wait for someone to meet him and take him to the RCMP camp.
Hey, Dudley, can I use your razor?
I told you, Melvin, no more bombs, revolvers, axes, or razors.
But I gotta take a shave.
Nonsense. 8.5-year-old boys don't shave.
As time passed, Noogle's beard grew, and Inspector Fenwick's nephew continued to wait for someone to meet him and take him to the RCMP camp.
There's something strange about Melvin. He has a beard. 8.5-year-old boys don't have beards. Ergo, he is not an 8.5-year-old boy.
You mean, Dudley?
That your nephew is a 40-year-old man.
Then that means that I'm 97 years old, Dudley. A 97-year-old man.
Can I help you back to your office, Inspector?
Wait, Dudley, that's not my nephew Melvin. That's my nephew Melvin. Hello, Melvin.
Hello, Uncle Fenwick, and goodbye.
Goodbye, Melvin.
My vacation's over, Uncle Fenwick. I must return home now, but don't think it hasn't been fun.
Well, say hello to your mother for me. Nice lad.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Inspector, this wanted poster came in about a month ago. It says be on the lookout for a man called Nasty Noogle.
Anything unusual about his description?
Well, he smokes cigars, carries an axe, a revolver, and a bomb. Oh, and he's 3 feet tall. You know, the usual description.
Just another face in the crowd. Eh, Dudley?
While on their way to Washington, our heroes were stopped by Captain Wrongway Peachfuzz, who had just misplaced his jet plane.
Misplaced nothing. There it is, coming right at us.
Hey, that's right, Bullwinkle.
Yeah, but...
Sure is.
Yeah, but...
You got a pretty sharp eye there, fella.
Yeah, but...
He's right, Bullwinkle.
Will you for the cry I stop agreeing with me and move over? Boy, you fellers almost agreeable yourselves under a tombstone.
But you were right, Bullwinkle.
You sure were.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Certainly slowed the old show up, didn't we?
And, Captain, you were just about to tell us why you wanted to see us.
Well, let me see if I can find the memo. Ah, here it is.
Why are you tearing it up, Captain?
It's secret, Rocky.
But you tore it up before you read it.
I know, it's top secret.
I'll say it is. Now we'll never even know who it was from.
Sure we will.
Who?
It was from me.
Then why write a memo?
Well, what's the use of knowing a secret if you can't tell somebody?
But you sent the memo to yourself.
I know, it's a secret.
If we come by this station again, I'd like to get off.
Anyway, the memo said you're supposed to come with me to McKeesport, PA, for a special job.
Right.
So let's go. I got a map right here.
But, Captain...
We'll pick up native bearers outside of Scranton.
Captain...
There's a friendly farmer near Gettysburg who'll let us stay the night.
He should. We paid his rent for 8 years.
But, Captain...
Then onward toward Wilkes-Barre
Captain! This is McKeesport, PA.
It is?
Look at the sign on the station.
I could have sworn I was landing in Skaneateles.
But why should the government want us to go to McKeesport, PA?
Probably because it's situated at the confluence of the Monongahela and Yongyogani rivers.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with anything?
Nothing, I just like the names. Monongahela, Yongyogani.
But as they walked toward the center of town, the good captain did start to tell why they were there. As you remember, the country was facing intellectual ruin because its brainiest eggheads and doubledomes were reverting to being stupid clodpoles and addlepates. For instance, at a Florida missile base...
Ready for launching?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Go on, Professor.
I forgot what comes after 2.
You forgot?
Well, it's hard counting backwards.
But, Professor, what about the launch?
My mama packed it in the brown paper bag.
And in a kindergarten class...
Now, Johnny, what is this?
Doggy.
Good. Susie, what is this? Kitty. Good. Now, Dr. Smallhausen, what is this?
Wait, don't tell me. Could it be maybe a goldfish?
As a result of this strange malady, U.S. brain power was lagging badly. Hartford University had to cancel its commencement when it found that the chancellor had signed all the diplomas with an X.
But, sir, why with an X?
It's prettier than a Z.
But what's all this got to do with us being in McKeesport, PA?
Well, I'll tell you, Rocky,
Yes?
it's time for ding-dong school.
And the captain dashed into a nearby television sales room, plunked himself down before a set, and refused to budge.
Bullwinkle, it's happened to Captain Peach Fuzz. Whatever it is, he's got it.
You mean he's had it?
Apparently so. Well, does this mean that the boys are stranded permanently in McKeesport, PA?
What a way to die!
Things should be clearer next time in McKeesport on the Prod or the Pennsylvania Poker.
I guess that about wraps up another Rocky show.
Certainly hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always say.
Bullwinkle, time for us to go.
Already? Okay, but first, here are some of the people who made this show impossible. Get tired. Oop! Got away from me again.
Well, see you next time. Ready, Bullwinkle?